It's very uncomfortable being down there in the hours of darkness. The area is extremely hostile.
Hepburn Roads, they call it Crack Alley. They're like, what are you doing down Crack Alley? I was like, we're trying to make it so that it's not Crack Alley, basically.
All units, for your information, we're in a covert location on Hepburn Road. He's just bought another one out. Give me my spray out my bag. Wait, don't do anything yet. Don't do anything. Hey, we've got dealing activity, Hepburn Lane. A guy has just come out and attacked a user who's pissed up with a stick. We haven't broken cover because the guy's all right. He's just pissed up and he's still stood there shouting at the address. There's tons of users in the lane. There's 4 officers on. If we go in there with not the right kit, somebody will end up getting hurt. There's a good job to be had here. It's just not tonight.
I know it's wrong and I know it's bad, but I do enjoy it.
A lot of things need to change in the way we treat drugs in this city and this country.
I've got surgeons, I've got lawyers, I've got doctors, a huge amount of young professionals.
Open your mouth. Don't swallow the drugs. Spit them out. I just told you, move.
People say, oh, you're so young, you should be doing it over. I'd rather do it now when I'm young and get it out of the way.
If you've got money, I'll sell it to you. If you're pregnant, I'll sell it to you.
This is a place everyone's coming to buy their drugs.
I'm an Eastern boy. When I go out to do a deal, I can't go to St. Paul's. It's just a totally different scene, like. They won't let you walk down the road. They'll tell you to cross the road for the simple fact that they will stash certain things in certain places. If I try selling down there, I'd get run out the end, especially like when it's a 6.5 foot tank bloke, like. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll punch your head in and all that, like, and I'll cut your face open, like. I'll have a fist fight if he wants to have a fist fight. If he wants to use a weapon, I'll use a weapon. All my older brothers used to kick the shit out of me when I was younger to toughen me up. You can get yourself in sticky situations, and I've been in sticky situations where you get chucked in the boot of a car or tied to trees, and it's kind of intimidation, the street dealing, but it has to be because what's stopping someone from just taking their stuff? I wear boxer shorts and then Y-fronts underneath. They're uncomfortable, but you can keep your product on your trousers without no one knowing that it's there. Like, nothing's falling out, like, nothing's going nowhere. I've only got a little amount, because if I sell that right now, I can get that again right now. But I don't want to have a big load, but they will. I've gone down there and scored off of them, and they've pulled out like that, filled up with, like, you could probably get 1,000 in there. I would not be walking around with that, but they do. The law side of it is the police have just got to get lucky the one time. You've got to get lucky every time.
Oh, he's dealing. He's putting items in his hand. Back up.
Yeah,
He's on the bike.
his bike.
He's got items in his hand.
Who's with him? It's the guy just served up, so he's just walking on. There you go. Blatant.
Yeah.
So they're just sat on someone's front wall.
I mean, he's probably one of 10, 15 people in an area of 2 square miles. It's just rife, and it does feel like a constant battle, it really does, but at what point do you say that's acceptable, that someone looking out of their front room window at 8:30 on a Friday night has got to contend with that? You know, it's just not right. He's not clocked us at all, has he?
We'll get CCTV to try and pick him up.
Yeah. When you look at something for long enough, you just get good at it. Maybe it's because I grew up on a council estate and you see drug dealers shuffling around and you just get to know what it looks like. There is more drug dealing, street robberies going on in a couple of 100 metres of Hepburn Road than there is in any other part of this city. You take me to all the nice places?
Oh, yeah.
Really romantic, sat, watching Crack Alley, keep an eye on everyone.
Yeah.
How's those chips working out for you?
Quite nice, I think. How about you?
Good. So while it's quiet and it's early, should we just go and have a little scout around and see if we can work out what it is they're doing for later on?
Let's do it. So many needles, wrappers.
They got a clear run of the block of flats, I see them.
And the door's just wide open.
See, look, all they've got to do is put a nice big bag of rocks down there, and either we'll never find it, or we just won't even be able to attribute it to anybody.
You literally just stash stuff anywhere. I've had it before over in Easton where, you know, they've just had like a fag packet on the floor.
Yeah.
And you go from there's like 40 wraps in it.
Yeah.
You know, something so small that just blends in with everything, especially here where it's just rubbish.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
If you were the dealer, you could stand out there, one eye looking up and looking around for police, one eye looking for customers and knowing where your stash is, and if anyone goes near it, you can go and retrieve it.
4 or 5 in the morning, there's hardly anyone coming down here, you're right out of the way.
Well, how easy is it to drag someone off the main Stokes Croft, rob them here, or give them a bit of a kick in, and then they're back out the way, and they can just go straight into the
yeah. Actually quite normal around here, isn't it? So
not even going to
if
get
that
reported.
does happen to you, you've got no chance of anyone calling it in.
You'll probably see, yeah, this is where the drug deals go down at night. And
Does it?
I don't know, I'm asking you. Well, it's funny how you're here. Looks like you're looking for items.
Huh?
Looks like you're looking for items.
Will I find any?
What?
Will I find any?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, isn't it?
I'll have a look round then, mate.
Pathetic, man. I've never seen this before in my life. What is it you want? Items?
Just seeing where the
Well, why don't you just swoop on them when they're actually been selling it? It's like I got an illness, I come here every fucking night, I spend loads of money on my drugs, I go out thieving every day, they fucking cunts destroys my life. If you want to fucking do something real, instead of walking like around like zombies, come at 12 o'clock when they sell drugs and destroy lives like mine, yeah?
Do you reckon if we take out the dealers, it'll make a difference?
Of course it fucking would. If no dealers, no idiots like me. Listen, bang them up and take drugs off the street. Bang every fucking one up. Simple. Bang every cunt up.
He had a way with words, didn't he?
I can see why he's pissed off.
What he said is marries right up with our intel, doesn't it? They're obviously so comfortable being down here every single night it's going on.
Yeah.
We need to work out who's organising it.
It'll be 1 or 2 people organising it.
We know it's busy down there. and this is a place everyone's coming to buy their drugs. But the name that keeps cropping up time after time is this Kemar Lewis. We want to go after the drug dealers, we want to go after the bad people, we want to go after the people that commit violence in the community. It's not about the users, not at all. We are putting more and more people into treatment. We're spending less and less police hours on dealing with possession of drugs. And it feels like the relationship between the police and drug users is getting better.
Actual police officers, I like them. They're pretty sound. Like, they'll just pass me by. As long as they're busy, they'll just say all right or whatever, or check that no one's bothering me and stuff. Can you spare any change, please? Where should we go?
Here.
Yeah.
See you around there?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Do some drugs. What, is it drug?
Yeah.
Yeah, more than that. I've put in quite a lot. 14, I think. I prefer more liquid.
Sweet.
Well, you can inject crack by itself. If you do, like, you don't really seem to feel any effect. You feel a little bit, but the same. Even like the tiniest bit of brown in it will make the whole thing completely different. If there's more heroin, you're more likely to let it feel just like warm and like more relaxed. This was really good last week for like days in a row, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. 60s.
Yeah.
I won't be able to get myself now, will I?
Oh, you should do.
Been struggling today. Get like £10 for like roughly 0.1 of either like crack or heroin, and then you get 3 of either of them for 25. Depends what each day's like for earning money, but like today I've had shared like 2 lots of £25 deals with people. And it's better than the stuff I could only get this morning.
I'm going to leave you to it, all right?
All right.
See you later, though.
I've been around crack and heroin since I was like 15, 16. Like, somehow ended up with lots of heroin addict friends from a young age. And when I was doing it for fun, I could do it occasionally, and I thought that I'd never get addicted to it. This is the third time I've had a habit. I came up to Bristol to get clean in the summer, and I stayed clean for a few months, but yeah, it didn't take long to start finding it again. When people say, oh, you're so young, you should be doing it over, I'd rather do it now when I'm young and get it out of the way. It's real moreish when you do it. While you're on it, you'll definitely want more. When I first started using in Bristol, it was quite hard for me to find dealers to serve me. We have to get a friend to give you the dealer's number, and then speak to them and say that you're safe and you're okay to buy off them. I guess there must be at least 200 dealers, but there's sort of different levels of dealers and people that sell the 10 bags and stuff. There's a place down a little alleyway, tiny little road, and yeah, it's a big fence. You go up, sort of shout, call through, and someone will come out. Hundreds of people know about this place you just go to. Literally 80% of the fucking heroin addicts in Bristol, they start real late at night, and then they're serving. It's just constant stream of people, basically. I only been there just with someone that knew the guys, and he said that he knew them, and then we got chased away with a baseball bat.
Loads of people out, isn't there? Busy. We're now at the witching hour. Hepburn Road evolves into the beast. Come off the hour, come off the crack. Gather around nice and tight to the computer, please, because it's small. Gather in, gather in, gather in. Right, this area of Hepburn Road, which is a courtyard, has been identified as a crime hotspot. A scope and profile has been done, which is this one here. In the last 18 months or so, there has been 2,700 crimes reported in the area where we're going to be operating tonight. And in obviously quite a few offences, they've had knives put to their bodies as they've been relieved of their property. Although I say we've got a number of reported offences, actually I think that we don't know the half of it. We've got new students coming into the city. If they're going down there and they're getting robbed, they're not going to report it to the police. There's 2 or 3 meters and greasers that are out speaking to people, asking if they want drugs, and they're then luring them down into the lane. You see people with flashlights calling people up and down the lane, and if they get a response, they'll then go down and they'll score. Hepburn Road itself is a small road that runs from Stokescroft, where thousands of people on a weekend will go and drink and enjoy themselves. So you've got the associated recreational drug activities on one side of Hepburn Road, and then at the other end you've got St Paul's, where we've got a high density of problematic drug users who are fueling the crack cocaine and heroin market. You effectively bring those two forces together and you arrive in the middle of Hepburn Road, and that is why you have a number of drug dealers at any one time fueling that drugs market. We know that there was a GBH about a month ago or 6 weeks ago where somebody had their head stamped on and they were very seriously injured, but we think that that person was down there buying Class A drugs. So having been down there myself and seen some violence on behalf of the dealers towards some of the users, we know that there is a lot of fear and intimidation going on down there.
All the intelligence suggests that they're so confident they've got the drugs on them, and they just take orders through the fence and they're serving up through the fence, and a nice little orderly queue forms. I've done some checking today, and overnight last night both security lights have been smashed. So it's dark and dingy, and last night was very busy in that location.
Is it worth getting a picture? Quite a sort of violent, aggressive bloke as well, and yeah, he's pretty leery and he's quite sort of handy as well.
Okay, I think we've really got to be mindful that, you know, there's an unknown quantity, it's very dark down there, they have got access to weapons, and that will all form part of your sort of decision making when you deploy into them. But that's a matter for you guys. I'm going to speak to the firm now and get a pre-authorised taser authority, and then we'll go from there. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Right, let's go and bring home the bacon, because we're the pigs. As the sergeant, you're slightly nervous because you're putting staff into a potentially volatile situation. It's a massive unknown when you deploy into areas like Hepburn Road. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's all going to go really well. You don't know if people are going to make off, if they're going to fight you, if they're going to be compliant, if you're going to come away with a really good result, if you're going to come away with nothing. It's all up in the air.
Give me your hands now! Give me your hands!
Give me your hands. Don't move. Get down. All right, let me check. Open your hand.
I just come here to see him.
You haven't been arrested, you've just been detained for a search. You're searching for drugs, okay?
Look, as you can see, I come out here to go in the lobby.
I appreciate that. Sit up and stand up. 1, 2, 3, go on. Yeah, that's it. Right, just wait there against that car. You've got money everywhere.
Yeah, I come out clubbing. I gamble, my friend. You can ask my lady, she works in the bookies. We're just gonna go out there and have a little drink now, and then I feel glass busting in my face and everything.
Which way have they gone? They're going to come at him. Oh, no, if you just turn, buddy, walk out this way. Yeah, see, we'll walk up on Stoke Scroll.
Foil lined.
Oh, well done, you. Oh, well done.
First packet, it looks like they've foil lined it with still sizes of cannabis.
There's got to be something else, but as weather is on them. Yeah, I mean, they're not just going to be down here selling weed, but are they going to really leave a massive bag of crack and heroin just out just to get washed away? No. I reckon, if anything, they got it on them or they swallowed it.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
or he had a lot of money on him, didn't he?
Yeah, loads of money, yeah. Right, let's get back to the nick then. They're not just down there fucking selling weed. I'm hoping one of them's got 50 wraps down their pants. That's what I'm hoping. They swallow drugs, and they're lost. Can't do anything. Well, Keemon Lewis, the intelligence has continued to come in about him, and that suggests that he's actually involved in the dealing, not just on Hepburn Road, Stoke Croft, but in St Paul's itself in quite a big way. So I think he's higher up the food chain than we first thought. I just need to check where Faz has found the weed. So she's got like a foil-lined crisp packet with like individual bags of weed in it. So I think it was found in the back seat. So if it is, your man's going to have to get locked up.
I think Keemar's probably going to have the stash on him as well when he gets strip searched.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he's Keemar's the ringleader, isn't he? And
he's got burners on him, is he?
Yeah, he's got 2.
Go and lock him up, and then have his phones off him.
Cool.
So, where are the drugs? Right, that's the end of that. He's going to get bail.
I'm not fazed about the police, I'm not worried about them, I'm not scared about them. If I do see the police, I'll just chuck it as far and as wide as I can, or if I've got a big amount, I will run, stash it, and distance myself from it. If I don't get the chance, unfortunately it'll be going up my ass crack. Yo, what, do you want 2 Bs and 2 whites? All right, how long? All right, I'll see you in 5, all right? Yeah, I've got to run off in a minute. Oh, for fuck's sake. Didn't fucking work. I have this problem every fucking time. Fucking business. Like, I normally work as part of a team. Like, my friend, he would be in the trap house with the things. I'd tell him what needs to go when the phone call comes. I'd go to the secret trap house, collect what needs to be collected, go do the deal, go drop it off. Having a habit doesn't help, because get yourself in debt. Like, so you think, like, when I go like that and put it on, That's like a tenner, so it does accumulate quickly. If I picked it up on the night time and stayed up on the night, in the morning, I could have nothing. I could smoke it all easily. I've sat there and smoked an ounce. An ounce is like 500-600 quid.
Like big like building bucket, and his living room's just like full of change, full of all like pound coins as well. Like thousands of pounds of change. Hey, right. Hey, it's Happy. I'm downtown at the minute, Harbourside. Yeah. Oh, glass boat. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be like 5-10 minutes. 2 peas and a white, I think. Yeah, 2 peas and a white. When you ring them, you've got to be like pretty non-blatant. Instead of saying like I like heroin and crack, you sort of say like 2 peas and a white. 11, 12, 13.
If you've got money, I'll sell it to you. If you're pregnant, I'll sell it to you. I like money, innit? Who doesn't? I'd get paid for cutting it up for people, paid for cooking it for people, paid for selling it. I've made £1,000 in a day, easy. That's a £10 deal. Crack cocaine, 0.1, so that works out at £100 a gram. And there's 2 for 15. It's a little bit under, but shit happens, isn't it? And then this is the heroin. Not a lot of people come for the B. They'll buy like 1 or 2. But the crack, they can come for 100 in a day if they've got the money.
You can tell by the way it's wrapped quite often, because like the dealers, like they're real good. It's like professional like wrapping, really. They sell like 500 like individual items or something just a day. Like some of them, they must. I think they probably pay someone like just to wrap it alone. Definitely the best stuff that's around town, I reckon. The person who gets it, he does pay a lot more for it. Loads more. He lives in London. Way out of the way. If you get better quality, it's definitely worth having to smaller sizes.
Right, so this was the guy that was arrested opposite McDonald's. He's from London. He's just speaking to as many people as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is 20 minutes prior to his arrest. So what he's doing is talking to people, just saying, have you got a cigarette, and then engaging in conversation, and then showing his mobile number, and then he goes across Stokes Croft and he's just approaching students all the time. What we have is a new picture developing of drug dealers coming in from other areas with high purities of drugs. Individuals from other cities arrive in different places and start up new dealing lines, and this is called county lines. A phone number will be called a particular name, and that name will follow that line. So drug users will say, today I'm scoring off X-Man, or today I'm scoring off Striker. It suddenly expands, and then you've got a new line into a community. I think in the space of 10 minutes, he's give out his number 3 or 4 times, and then he heads into Cabot Circus, and he's doing the same over there. So, yeah, he's a busy boy. It's just like a business. You can't think of it than anything else, where you see an opportunity and you take it. You've got a new dealer, they've come down on the train or they've come down on the motorway with a huge amount of Class A drugs on them. They're speaking to drug users saying, if you give me 5 more names of your mates that are drug dependent, I will give you 2 wraps of crack cocaine for your trouble. And while you're trying it, tell everyone else how good it is, because this is real high purity, and generally speaking it is.
We've had lads from Birmingham, we've had lads from London recently, all over St Paul's and in Eastern, that don't know the areas and the rules and who knows who. And actually, there will start being conflict, because at the moment people generally stick to their own little areas because they've got a good thing going there. But you get other people moving in, that's where you get the conflict.
Well, they're an unknown quantity, aren't they?
Yeah, it is a bit worrying.
When we identify county lines, we make it as hostile as we can for them so that they don't see Bristol as an opportunity. We're all over it.
Can I get a welfare check?
Somebody's just pressed their emergency button at Kingsmarsh House. That's where we suspect county lines are happening.
CCTV, we got... I didn't see which way is where he's on the one over at the Apple Drive. They might have gone back on the cycle path. 200 within an area to the drive now.
You may have discarded stuff around there.
Best thing is...
Slightly malfacturers, black
Open your eyes and keep them fashion, right? You should have a wet wind in your eyes. Yes, so basically when you're... Okay, just water then!
Where did he have this?
Apparently Ben walked up to him, he just started scrapping with him straight away, and Ben said he started punching James, so they managed to get him on the floor and get him sprayed. He's obviously dropped that. That's what we're dealing with. We've just got to work out. They're going to have a flat in here somewhere. Hello, sir, is the police? Can you open the door, please? Hello, all right. I'm Sergeant Green from Trinity Road. There's just been an incident down by the foyer where a guy's been arrested, potentially for a dealing offence. He's got a knife on him as well, but we know they've come from a flat in here. Bearing in mind that there was that situation last time where there was drug users drug dealers held up in here, I just thought I'd come and have a chat with you.
Yeah,
is anybody in here at the moment?
There is someone here.
Yeah?
There's no drugs.
Okay. I've got 3 in a flat. Just put some ankles in your mind, search you. I'm Sergeant Green from Trinity Road. The reason why you're being searched is because there's a whopping smell of cannabis.
Where are you from? London. Oh, okay.
Where's he from?
London.
This is not right, is it? Where are you from, mate?
It feels a bit like deja vu here.
Where are you from?
Got anything on you shouldn't have?
Can you confirm that the window I'm waving out of, is that by the ambulance?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that would be prime location for whoever landed for my TV.
Yeah, so on take a picture if you can on your job phone. How much crack and heroin we got?
I think there's probably about 10 grams of heroin and
an ounce. So this is looking like the county lines, Emma. You've got guys down here from London. There's been a big old fuss downstairs where the guy's just been arrested. And you've got a drug user here who's obviously got a pretty bad addiction, so he'll potentially be getting a few items a day to allow these to serve up out of his flat. These aren't down from London to do charity work in Bristol, are they?
I know these people.
No,
a long time. They're just friends of mine.
Yeah.
Really?
I really don't accept that at all. I don't accept that at all.
But they're not selling from the flat. That's
Right.
the fact.
They're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're not here in Bristol for any other good reason than to sell drugs, in my opinion, right?
But they're here. They're not here in my flat to sell drugs. I promise you that.
Cuckooing is a reasonably new concept. The dealers will identify a vulnerable individual that has an address, and it's right in the heart of where all the drugs are bought and sold. The more time they spend indoors with a stash of drug, the less chance they've got being caught. And that vulnerable person that's inside will, generally speaking, have a drug addiction, and they'll be offered drugs for every day that they allow their place to be used. If you think about it, in the beginning, that probably seems like a reasonably attractive offer, doesn't it? The fact that your habit will get paid for free just by having a couple of guys sit in your front room. But the consequences are far-reaching, and I've seen it all too often when that attractive offer becomes a very sinister scenario. You're all under arrest for possession with intent to supply a controlled drug. You're concerned in the supply of drugs. A large amount of drugs has been thrown out the window, okay, which has been found downstairs. You're here in Bristol. You've got no reason to be here in Bristol. You're in a drug user's flat. You're not his friend. I believe you're involved in the supply of drugs in Bristol. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You don't mention one question, something which relates to a line in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, okay? These people want to be out of the way of the police, and they want to build up a portfolio of cuckooed addresses that they can move around to every few days so that they can frustrate the police. Certain people are in bad places, and who knows, a year down the line they'll come out of the other end of it and they'll get back into recovery. We don't see them as the root of all evils. We see them as people with drug habits who need to be helped. I'm not arresting you, I'm not putting you in the cells, and I'm giving you an opportunity to change your life.
At the minute, I can tell I'm already getting a bit bored of the cycle, this way of living now. I haven't been doing that much begging recently. Well, not as much begging as normal recently. Well, I got moved on from my spot, so I can't sleep there anymore. People complain to the police and I can't stay there, so I'd rather just not stay there. I have to go out and beg somewhere else. I don't get anywhere near as much money. Last night it took me like over 3 hours to get like £6.50, which is just ridiculous. But then some days I'll go out stealing stuff like today. So any phone gadget things and headphones and electrical stuff. Scissors? A lot of my veins that I would have used like before, when I first started, I can't really use now. I have the odd day every few weeks where I really struggled to get a vein, and I had a bad day last week on my feet, and I just got like, little bits where I've missed the vein, and you get these big lumps, and it really fucking hurts, especially in your feet, obviously because you're walking on them, and yeah, it really hurts. When I was younger, and I was, for years until I actually started injecting, really, I did tell myself and everyone else that I wouldn't start injecting drugs. I'd seen, like, my friends with their abscesses and, like, how it, some of them, how it probably changed them as a person into, like, my friend, she became a prostitute and, like, stuff to, like, and to fund her habit. And, like, other people that made them into, you know, like, well, took away their morals, really. Yeah. In the next like month, I'm gonna get clean, properly clean, and I want to get an apprenticeship or something doing motorbike mechanics and restoration, or do a couple of college courses and do my own business in it. Really.
So, you're out of the flat and into Gwyn Street and into Hepburn Road now. Just the 2 males and 1 maybe female.
Fucking hell. Have I got enough staff to do this? Right, can you confirm you've got Kemar Lewis on Hepburn Road?
We have Kemar Lewis leaning against the fence. Black North Face jacket, hoodie underneath, hood up, dark trousers. He has done a hand-to-hand deal. The user has placed it in his mouth and walked away.
In the stairwell,
so he's chained down there. They've managed to make it all the way to the top. So all this area is game on, even this bit, because they could have just shut the door too.
There's a hole downstairs.
Yeah.
You got access here.
This goes out.
Down into the courtyard to the fence.
Does it? Let's have a look.
Look.
It'll all make sense.
See where that is?
Oh yeah.
And this is, I think this could be, you know, do you remember we saw him?
Serving up here originally,
yeah.
The plot thickens. If they've ran in and they panicked, they've had 30 seconds straight into your pants. There's nowhere to get rid of it up there. No. Unless you swallow it or put it down your pants, yeah, so... We've got 1 bag of wraps in, haven't we, so... Evidentially, we have to see the exchange, we have to follow them and not lose them to sight, and we have to detain them in possession of the drugs.
As you can see from the footage, got a male there, and they're using the torch from the mobile phone just to see what they're doing. So the female user there, she's just looking down on the vehicle at the moment, sort of picking up the smaller items.
And what you find, because last time when we come down in the vehicles, there's a lot of activity on the forecourt where you're looking at now, but they're really hypersensitive to every car that came past, and I think that's how we lost our element of surprise. So how has that developed?
When a car pulls in, the area gets illuminated and they're ducking behind the front of the part of the vehicle out of view.
So our guy, Kemar Lewis, he's featured again, is he?
It appears so, yeah. It's difficult with the ID because it's so dark down there, but it certainly would appear. I mean, that would be a good possibility for Kemar there.
It's not as simple as being as clear-cut as someone's committing a criminal offence and the police will go after them. Certain individuals haven't started their life out saying, I'm going to be a drug dealer and I'm going to stand in a horrible dark corner of a lane and I'm going to sell drugs to people. There's more to Kemar Lewis than being a drug dealer. Who knows what is going on in his life? Who knows the other people that he's supporting? You know, perhaps other people are relying on him to go out and make that money. And it may be that the first couple of times you make bail, but take that as your chance to go and do something different and change your life while you can. And I think that we will get to a point with him where if he doesn't take that opportunity, we will catch him red-handed, and it'll almost be a sense of, well, surely you saw the writing on the wall. This was only ever going to go one way, and now is going to result in you going to prison, potentially for a really long time. So I guess that's the frustration, really.
As long as you're sneaky and you're sly and you keep your wits about yourself and you're aware of your surroundings and you know what's going on, like, you've got quite a big choice of where to put it, basically. In the day, it's at my house normally, but at night, it's in a different place every time. Like, I did have some across the road and buried it, and I had a little stick poking out of the ground, like a iron brew can. Crack it a couple of times, snap it, put it inside, bend it over so it looks like it's just been stood on, and just fucking dash it in the bush. So everyone can see it as they walk past, but no one knows what's in it. People say I'm paranoid. Paranoia is being aware of what's around you. And I've been doing what I've been doing 10 years, right? So I've never been to jail. They've got bigger fish to fry than me. That's what I'm hoping, anyway. They've got bigger fish to fry. They want the people above me.
Okay. As we all know with drug supply, we really have to catch them right in it with items on them, not 2 yards away. So till I'm assured that somebody has got something in their pocket or it's blatant and we're on, then I'm not going to call it. It might be a long night, but we'll just wait and see how it goes. We'll come as a pack, we'll come down on foot, and we'll take Kemar Lewis. They're very twitchy, they're running scared that the police are watching them, and they've moved off that hard standing and they've moved even further down to Hepburn Road.
From CCTV, I couldn't get a decent enough look at his face, but it did look a bit like Kemar Lewis.
The one in the black coat and the blue hoodie is the one that you think potentially is Kemar. I couldn't tell you if it was him.
What do we do?
So he doesn't know 100% if it's him, does he?
Well, 2 out of 3 say it might be him.
I think we just have to go and do it, aren't we?
Get your arms out now. No! Get your arms out. Put your arm out, you get sprayed. Hey, stop!
Is he taking Aaron?
Yeah. Open your mouth.
Yeah, he's resisting still.
Open your mouth, Kemar.
Listen,
Kemar, don't swallow the drugs.
Kemar, it's for
Open
your
your
safety,
mouth.
buddy. Spit them out. Spit them out.
Oh, no, Right.
Right, let's just play a waiting game, guys. Right, spit them out. Spit them out.
Spit them out.
He's swallowing.
I think he's swallowing. He's chewing them, he's chewing.
He's chewing them up.
Yeah.
Can someone give me some more spray, please?
Yeah.
What spray?
Right, yeah.
Da.
Do his neck.
There we go. You know, him going around just trying to find loose wraps just sums up what we're dealing with down here, and it's sad, isn't it? He never started life that way. It was never written for him that he was going to be down at 3 o'clock in the morning under a dim torchlight trying to find wraps to feed his habit. That first night that we come down and we identified the openness of the drug market, I think it just demonstrates the last few months how busy the drug market is in Bristol, just how many drug-dependent individuals that we've got, and the lengths that the drug dealers are willing to take to meet that. He's just about to serve up. All right, please. All right, please.
Yeah, please.
Yo. What? Alright, I'll see you in 5, right? There will always be consumers for it. If I didn't do it, someone else would. Yo, 2 and 1, yeah? Meet you same place, make sure you come on your own though, innit? Yeah, what is it you needed? Yeah, I can come down for 2, but I'm not coming out for 1, fuck that. Yo, no, I've only got 3 and 1 left. You have to wait till I re-up, or do you just want that?